Hey folks, Dr. Mike Israel here for Renaissance Periodization. Today's fitness myth, number 12, if you're counting, at home, by yourself, with a pet, maybe, a hamster, why not, is diet soda is bad for you. Spooky. We're actually recording this, and I'll tell you how far ahead we are in content, around Halloween time, so even saying diet soda is bad for you. Trying to look around to see if vampires and other such Halloween-themed creatures are around. We're going to go through the claim itself. We're going to talk about why it's probably wrong. We're going to cut it some slack and get some grains of truth going, and then get you guys on your way with best practices of, okay, I got it, but what do we do now? So here we go. The claim, a big claim, it is that diet soda is bad for you, and that means it causes obesity, maybe cancer, maybe allergic reactions, maybe diabetes, maybe sugar crashes. You name it, somebody on the internet has said that diet soda has caused it. And this is especially supposed to occur by a mechanism of the artificial sweetener. And there are a few, the one that must not be named, cannot be named. If you've ever seen 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas, you get that really off-the-wall reference. Strange, you never get off-the-wall references here on this channel. Aspartame. I said it. Take me on, vampires. Take me away. I go to nutrition jail now. Funny story. One of my friends was talking to a guy he knew, not his friend, and he was drinking diet soda. And the guy's like, yo, I don't drink that stuff. And he's like, why not? And the guy was like, aspartame, man. And my friend was like, word up. Aspartame. So drinking diet soda is bad, clearly, for a bunch of reasons, and it'll do a bunch of really bad things for you. But apparently that's wrong and that's a myth. It's actually true. It is not true that diet soda is bad for you. How do we know this? Let's find out. So first, in hundreds, and I mean hundreds of studies, to paraphrase Dr. James Hoffman from also this channel, artificial sweeteners do pretty close to diddly dick. They just don't do a whole lot in the body. They're mostly inert. Not completely, but mostly. They really don't do anything good. They really don't do anything bad. They have some byproducts like any other food, and byproducts usually don't do anything at all. And that's the overwhelming majority of the studies. And then a tiny minority has found some negative outcomes. But as far as I know, there are no real serious negative health outcomes that have been replicated in multiple studies. So you'll see a few studies saying that aspartame causes cancer, and some of the famous ones, actually all the famous ones, are from the Ramazzini Foundation in Italy. There's internal studies only. They could not be replicated outside of the institute. Bad news. That means maybe there's some make-believe going on. And then actually other scientists made a request for raw data to those institutions, and they never got the raw data, which is real bad news. I mean, maybe the data is manufactured, who knows? But in any case, it's like we're looking for ghosts almost. Like, the ghosts are super scary and they're super there for sure. History Channel show got all the ghosts on the weird light in the camera, and this little orb seems like a ghost. And when you turn the fucking lights on, all the shit disappears, and you're like, where the fuck are all these ghosts? So aspartame and other artificial sweetener downsides, especially repeatable, significant downsides, seem to just kind of disappear when you really look into them, which is kind of probably indicative that they're not really there, or we certainly can't assume that they're there. Now we have another line of evidence. There are multiple randomized control studies in which some folks get to drink diet soda, some folks get to drink regular soda, and they compare sort of which group has what kind of health and et cetera outcomes. And diet soda does not increase obesity, nor does it lead to any other detectable health malady that we can report outside of stuff that soda does too that has nothing to do with the sugar. It's not so great for your teeth because actually the carbonation turns out it's not the ideal for your teeth, even if it's diet, which is like, if you go see your dentist as regularly as you should and you really get them going, it turns out nothing's good for your teeth, brushing and flossing. They do say that's good, but other than that, everything's bad. So it's not like diet sodas is some kind of crazy, super destructive thing for your teeth. It compares pretty decently, probably a little better for you than regular soda because it's the carbonation, but minus the sugar. But in any case, it's not like it's a completely inert beverage. It does nothing, but it really does nothing to write home about, especially as compared to soda and sparkling water and a ton of other stuff. So there's more. When multiple studies have been done replacing regular soda with folks who drink regular soda with diet soda, This often leads to very, very significant improvements in health and actually weight. It leads to weight loss because diet soda has no calories. Some people, look, if you drink like 4 Cokes a day, 4 like 20-ounce bottles of Coke, I mean, you're up into the 600 to 800 calorie range excess. I mean, that's charitably a pound of fat per week that you could be gaining or maintaining. You remove that, and if you don't adjust any of your other intake, you're losing some decent weight for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you really change nothing except now the soda tastes a little funky for a few days, and then a few days later you forget what regular soda tastes like, and you're golden, right? And it is very little difference between consuming diet soda and consuming water, because those studies have also been done. So group does regular soda, group does diet soda, group does water. Diet soda and water compare very favorably to each other in almost every health metric. Just diet soda is more fun to drink than water. And I'll get back to this later, but really the only reason we drink soda at all is for fun. Almost no one in the modern world drinks soda for calories. They do drink soda for calories in the developing world, but that's a different discussion. They also don't have an obesity problem. So now, elephant in the room, a bit of a double-layered pun there, is that some correlational studies show that people who drink more diet soda also tend to be more likely to be fat. And this is, of course, the anti-soda people, anti-diet soda people have trumped this up as be like, see, it causes fat. Well, problem number one is the randomized controlled trials that last several months show the opposite effect. I was curious, like, would it, first it makes you leaner and then it rebounds you? Weird. But also, I think the most likely explanation is this is not a causative phenomenon, it's a correlative phenomenon. So what does that mean? It means, if you see people who have broken legs and they're using crutches, you could be like, they have these crutches and they have broken legs too. Are crutches out there hurting people? Is the crutch causing the broken leg? You come up to someone with crutches and you're like, I can fix your broken leg. They're like, do it now. And you just take their crutches away. They fall and break their leg again. And you're like, oh, shit. Oh, that was helping you. I got you. The broken leg came first. So I think probably the best hypothesis out there is that people get over fat. They start to concern themselves more with it. And then they start to drink diet soda. They don't change the rest of their lives. And they eat other junk foods to make up for the calories. They stay fatter or maybe even lose a little bit of weight, but stay on average fatter than they were before than the average population. And then you get this correlation of, well, a lot of the people that drink diet soda are also the ones that are fatter. Same exact correlation could be drawn with people who use anti-obesity drugs. Like if you look at the entire population of people that use, sibutramine or any of the GLP-1 agonists, tons of obesity drugs that are prescribed in various countries by various doctors, you say, wow, the people using these drugs are really quite fat. Are these drugs causing fatness? It's backwards. They started using the drugs because they were fat originally, and they probably less fat because they use the drugs, but still not completely, normal weight. And that's how you get this thing. So crutches don't cause broken legs, and diet soda almost certainly doesn't cause obesity. All right. So a lot of BS there. Few grains of truth. Diet soda does not fill you up. Okay. So you can absolutely drink as much diet soda as you want. And you can still eat tons of junk and just be fatter anyway. Diet soda doesn't fill you up because it doesn't have any calories. And there's a slightly different perceptive experience of drinking regular soda and diet soda. If you drink a regular soda, it does squash your hunger just a little bit. Let's take the caffeine aside. Sprite versus Diet Sprite. Drink a Sprite and it has a bunch of sugar. It doesn't curb your hunger nearly as much as that amount of carbohydrate would be from whole food sources. Not even close. But it is some extent. Like if you drink like 8 Sprites, you're not going to be hungry for a few hours. It's a lot of carbohydrate. And your blood sugar is going to go up and your hunger is going to be like, I'm good. With diet soda, you can drink 8 Diet Sprites, and you just pee a lot, and then you're just as hungry because there's no food introduced. So a lot of people think, diet soda is great for combating potentially obesity if I replace my soda. They don't counter the fact that, wait, but I'm still hungry. Okay, so you have to take care of the rest of your diet. So that's a thing. It's not some kind of magic fat loss recipe. For some people, probably the vast minority, but folks should look out for this anyway. The very sweet flavor of diet soda, this works with regular soda too, except it adds the calories. The very sweet flavor of diet soda makes them want more things that taste and feel good. You get a Diet Coke going, especially if you're on a fat loss diet. Shit tastes so goddamn good. You want another one. And maybe you want some more junk food. You guys ever have sometimes there's like a sugar salt pairing thing that goes on, especially if you're hungry and cravey. You have a Diet Coke and you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I could feel some chips right now. Chips would solve every fucking problem I have in my life. Diet soda, chips, if you're from Europe or the UK, crisps. Fucking serendipity. But the problem is now you're eating chips, okay? So if diet soda, especially on diets, makes you cravey, it does me, then you can sort of just have like maybe one Diet Coke or, during the day, or one Diet Sprite in the evening or something, and restrain yourself. Or just last couple of weeks of a cut, just stick to water and sparkling water so you don't get that rebound craving effect. If you know yourself well, you got to take those precautions, and that's only logical. Lastly, and I alluded to this earlier, diet soda doesn't reliably cause fat loss, okay? If you're having diet soda that has caffeine in it, it can promote fat loss a little bit directly and a little bit more through hunger suppression through the caffeine, but just diet soda in general, it's not like it's some kind of magic fat loss thing. If you take your regular soda and reduce it or eliminate it, you replace it with diet, and the rest of your diet is whole health food and nutritious, or at least you don't eat more crap to fill it up, it will cause fat loss. But if you take down your regular soda, increase your diet soda, and you go, I'm on diet soda now, baby. I'm fucking immortal. I'll never get fat. And you just start eating a bunch of crap. And people are like, you just ate like 5 ice cream bars. Are you sure you're doing the thing that we talked about for January with the weight and you getting healthier? You're like, no problem. I'm drinking diet. Okay, right? Now, this is to say that if you're successfully pulling off even some kind of substitution, that's a good start. People will make fun of this kind of like meme trope of someone pulling through a McDonald's fast food line and being like, I'll take the double, triple cheeseburger and the extra super Whopper fries. I know it's Burger King. And, but a Diet Coke. And you'd be like, really? A Diet Coke with all that? You fucking idiot. Well, if you do a regular Coke, especially at the fast food sizes, you could be out like 200 calories. And look, if you do like 2 fast food meals a day, that's 400 calories a day that you're now just not getting in. And if, again, you don't raise your intake somewhere else, you can have just going from regular soda to diet soda, and you can straight up lose pounds a week for weeks on end. I physically know people, as opposed to mentally know people, that have lost like 20 or 30 pounds. The only thing they changed was they eliminated regular soda and they went to diet. That is assuming they didn't increase all of the other food, which clearly they didn't, but you have to as well. So it doesn't cause reliable fat loss, but when people are making choices to have diet soda, even if they're eating a ton of other crap, we shouldn't, you can make fun of anyone you want. I'm all for it, as long as you don't do it to their face and piss them off. But it's funny when, they order all this junk and then diet soda, but it's just marginally better, which is great, right? At least they're not doing as much bad as they could be in that case. So, best practices. First, I'm going to put a fine point on this. I'll caveat it, but here it goes. Stop drinking regular soda, okay? Soda, the purpose of drinking soda in almost every case, you're certainly the exception, Mr. Future Commentator, that we almost exclusively drink diet soda in the modern, developed world for entertainment, or soda of any kind. Like, it just feels nice. Like, you don't show up, you don't come home and you're like, fuck, I'm hungry. There's no other food. I'll have a Coke. What? You're not like, shopping for food and like, better have a Coke. No. You're not like, oh my God, my blood sugar's low for no goddamn reason. Remember, almost, if you're diabetic, this is a valid thing, but most people aren't. They're like, oh, my blood sugar's low. Better have a Coke. Like, there's like 10 other foods you can have that not involve actual soda. So if we really sort of quiet our minds and really ponder on why we have soda in the modern world, at least, because in the developing world, it actually is a decent source of calories, super cheap. The answer is, it's just fun. It's fun to fucking drink. It's the same thing. Like, why do we have alcohol? There's no like real utility for alcohol in almost every case, except for it's just fun to drink, right? So if you can have just the same amount of perceptual fun, tastes damn near the same fizzy texture and flavor. God damn, I love that shit. I love diet soda. You can have all that with diet soda. And yes, it doesn't taste the same. Legit, I almost promise you, we have to stay scientific and not say for sure promise, you give it like a few days or a week, just make the hard cold turkey transition from regular to diet, you will be like, diet tastes just fine, right? I promise. And after a while, regular tastes weird, right? Especially if they get the sodas right. I don't know, Coca-Cola, whatever you people are doing, making the, Scott the Video Guy, what's that shit called? It's not Diet Coke, Coke Zero. Coke Zero is like, we got like the computer, the microwave, the refrigerator, the communication satellite, the Moderna vaccine, and the tip of the spear of modern science is Coca-Cola's recipe for fucking Coke Zero. It's so good. And it doesn't even taste like artificial sweetener. Even to the people who try it for the first time, they're like, damn, I can tell, but barely. So you get used to it, and trust me, it's worth it, because then you can enjoy more food eaten and drink less of your calories, which is a super easy way to drink calories. You get all the experiential effects of soda without any of the calorie downside. It's just a thing. So for most people, it's just regular soda. Just, yeah, if you drink it in front of me, I'm not judging you, but I'm like, oh, have you ever thought about switching to diet? I'm like, well, why? I'm like, well, every single benefit and almost no cost sounds like a good thing to me, right? Second thing, to sum all this up, diet soda is super safe, but you don't have to drink it. I made a post once on my Instagram about like diet soda being safe, and maybe 800,000 people commented. They're like, well, I'll just stick to water, thanks. And I'm like, oh, I gotcha. I wasn't actually offering you a free diet soda in the street, so you don't have to respond like that. But on a serious note, yeah, totally cool. Water's great. Any kind of no-calorie beverage. When you put calories in your beverages that aren't super nutritious, most sodas and juices, there start to be some trade-offs. And with diet soda and water and sparkling water and a bunch of those others, ooh, what else is good? The Ocean Spray, diet cranberry juice. Damn, that shit is fire as hell. If I'm on fire, if you ever see me physically on fire, pour that shit. I don't want water on any part of my body, and no fire retardant. Don't even get the canister out. Ocean Spray, calorie-free shit, or the 5-calorie shit. I want a religious experience. That's what I want. Amazing stuff. And you don't have to get all those extra calories in there. If you don't have a problem with your weight and you like to enjoy a regular soda or a caloric beverage like an orange juice or something, that's totally cool. But if you're remotely struggling with your weight, you're remotely struggling with your health, this is one of the easiest switches you could ever make. If, last point, you know someone that drinks regular soda, try to gently encourage them or ask them about, and maybe get them to try to drink more diet or all diet soda, because it's probably better in almost every way by a long shot. All right, so now I can check this off. I've been paid by Big Diet Soda. Thanks for the check every week, guys. See you next time for another myth.